Yeah, it's always difficult for a goal to set marks unless you go to Bombay and you finally landed up in Bombay. And I'm sure there must have been a lot of offers and you had to go through a lot of classical singing, western singing. Tell me something about that, like the first offer in the Bollywood and what happened like.
First, I was discovered at Haystack immediately after I won my Grand Prix. Actually, no, it was 2 months before I won my Grand Prix.
Okay.
I was discovered, I was singing, Remo Fernandez and me used to sing at Haystack.
Okay.
So, on once a week.
What is that haystack?
It was a beautiful Goan evening.
Okay.
Typical
It's
everything
so happy.
Goan,
Okay.
Goan food, Goan culture, everything.
You are, I cut you there, you are one of the best Western voices, which I must, at least I'm not saying that, it's a part, if you put it in the Bollywood or anywhere in the Western voice, if they have to see it, it is certainly Hema Sardesai. And it can close your eyes and take it. Of course, there are good singers, you are also in that bracket of good singers, but if I choose a Western voice, and if there's anybody, any director surely wants a Western voice, so you should have been taken up very early, no?
I was not exposed that time.
Okay,
I was
okay.
still the schooling. Even now I was in college.
Okay,
But when Lintus people,
okay,
they saw me
okay,
and they said, we want to take you with us to Joseph St. Anne.
okay,
This gentleman from ex-Lintus.
okay, okay.
He discovered me there and he told Lintus, you should check this girl out.
Okay, in that accent.
Yeah, so then finally they got me to do some Hindustan hero shows for them.
Okay,
And that was in very big cities,
Okay.
Mumbai, Calcutta, Madras, Delhi. And it was super hit shows.
so you got into advertising that.
That's when I met
with
Louis Banks.
Okay, Louis Banks. Okay, wow,
Yes,
wow,
Ranjit
wow,
Barot.
wow.
They helped me with the jingles to survive in Mumbai because then I shifted to Mumbai. My
Okay.
struggle had started.
Okay, you had to struggle after winning the Grand Prix. Also, you had to
because
struggle.
jingles were not fame.
Okay,
Jingles were survival. You got money
Yeah.
to live in Mumbai.
yeah.
And I always had told my dad that since you're self-made, I want to be self-made myself.
Yes.
So I had to prove to them, that I can do this on my own. But there were times when I've lived on just eggs or Maggi noodles.
Maggie noodles.
Yeah. And never complained. Mom used to call me every day, 10 o'clock. She never missed calling me.
STD like that. It used to be a trunk call or STD.
Yaad ke liye, she would call me.
Okay.
But every day, any which way is 10 o'clock. I never let my parents down till date. I had told them, I'll keep your respect to the highest. I will keep your name to the highest. And you will always be proud of me till I live on this earth.
You have carried that saga of your dad.
Never compromised that.
Yeah.
For fame, power or money. Never compromised. So, then came the struggle because now I have to go to Bollywood. Fortunately, the one who I really met first was Bapida.
Okay.
I sang some songs with him.
Okay.
But I realized that the whole industry is about a woman being a sex object.
Okay.
And it was hurting me a lot because from childhood, I would see whenever I went into my friends' houses, I only had one elder sister, no brother. But I would see girls were treated worse than the boys always.
You're in that era still.
Yes, and it was hurting me. That why? Na te lagna jaun watli ni.
Right.
To angas chalo.
Right.
So that was that attitude, and then maka khub dukh thale. Because I hate injustice.
So that lioness thing from the singer started there itself.
Not as a singer,
That
from
grew
childhood.
Right.
If you ask my teacher today, I will give you the number.
As a student.
The other day only she had called me. When I was in third standard, she was my teacher. Sharda Mandir. She talks about me as a social activist as a child. So one is born a social activist. It's not something you imbibe. You can't see injustice.
You stand for it.
All my life I've done it. In college, stood for justice, everywhere. So this carried on that I had to go into studios. I used to be told, "Arey, kya awaaz hai yaar?" And then the proposal, dirty proposal was put. And I would walk out and they would say, "आप आसमान से नीचे उतरी हैं, यहाँ तो legends ने किया है."
करना पड़ता है.
करना पड़ता है, नहीं तो आप आगे कैसे जाएंगे? I was thinking like, देवा, तुझे म्हाका ग्रँड प्री दिला, सदांच फर्स्ट प्राइज दिले. म्हणजे गोंयकारांची इतली उमेद आसा म्हजे भितर, इतले ताणें आशीर्वाद दिले, म्हणजे आवय बापायची फूल फेथ आसा. तुवें आवाज दिला, तुवें म्हाका आयकूंक लायता. इतले वॉकआउट्स, 6-7 years of pain.
Oh wow.
Just not compromising.
Sorry God.
कितें आसा तातून जेवप करप. I'm just not ready to bend. And during that time, I got married to the only person who was my boyfriend, Xavier D'Souza, who was introduced to me by my sister Sunila. Married him, and before marrying him, of course, the Grand Prix had happened. After I married him, I landed in America alone. I mean, he was there for some time, struggling in America.
You are not signed by Bollywood till now?
No.
Wow.
All of them believe in me, but you have to compromise.
Yeah.
See, they're good and bad everywhere. Went to America, same story. Met all kinds of people. Was learning R&B music with Michael O'Hara.
Oh.
One of the top guys there. $250 an hour.
Oh.
So I had to work in a fast food joint.
Oh.
To fend for that.
Wow, what a struggle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was not used to working. Mom and dad had always taken care of us in that area. So physical work, I mean. And it was very tough for me. Lifting the meats, putting them in the fridge, serving the people, standing for hours. Serving was okay, but standing for hours. Plus missing my husband so much, I would cry. Missing my mom and dad too much.
Early days of marriage.
Yes, and missing my mom and dad terribly. Mom would still call every day.
Coming up from the Bollywood zone, the singing part, coming to your patriotism now. I'm going to take every aspect. Hema wants India. Hema loves India. Hema is India's girl. Daughter of India. Daughter of Goa.
Always GOAN Indian.
Always Goan Indian. Irrespective of religion, as you already spoke about it. Tell me something about the patriotism in you, what it speaks like.
I can tell you one very huge thing, which my Goans don't know about, and I never advertised it. But it's a huge landmark in my life, and I'm very proud of myself on that. And it's a very big thing that happened. For 20 years, the National War Memorial and the National War Museum was not happening.
Mm-hmm.
Every time one party wanted to do it, the babus, there are some babus, everybody's never bad. There are some babus who just become a spoke in the wheel. They decide things. For them, the Prime Minister also sometimes doesn't matter, and they trouble the system. Some of them, there are a few who are like that. So, it depends on who's paying them how much and whatever. This is an exposure that I'm doing. That can make them really hate me, those few babus, and I'm proud of the other ones who are great, but I'm okay with that hatred. I'm super okay with that hatred. You must know that Manohar Bhai, our late ex-CM of Goa, ex-RM of India, he was seeing the list of people who were to be chosen for the jury, because again, we were going in for a jury to choose the good memorial for the war memorial and the war museum. 14 members were chosen, 7 for each. Jatin Das ji, Divya Kush ji, very famous architect of India, Christopher Benninger, overseas topmost, he was the chief in this, and they were greatest of the topmost rank officials of the army, the navy, and the Air Force in this. I was fortunate to sit with all of them, and I had not been able to be there for the first two thing. And I remember they were told by Manohar Bhai in all the names that were, because I'm a fine artist also. Amol Palekar ji was there as a fine artist, and in my name, he saw my name and he said, "You all are taking her?" They said, "Yes, sir. We are going to take Hema Sardesai." And he says,
So Amul Palekar was there the 14th?
Yes.
Okay.
He says, "I think the job will be done." He had that much confidence in me. 20 years it was not getting done. Yeah. So I came there, and would you like to hear the whole story? Because that will take your entire show.
Yeah, of course.
Because nobody has heard this story.
Yes. I can put the chat in episodes.
Yeah, you can put in episode. This one is something that my Goans would be, and my Indians, all of them will be very, very happy to hear. This is called when you are really fearless and courageous, is when you do things like this. So when I landed there, already the scene, there are some people who are planted there to make the noise so that the thing just
Doesn't rise at all.
Doesn't rise at all, and again goes back. As I entered, I was late. I said, "I'm sorry, sirs." I was introduced quickly to everybody. I said, "I'm so sorry, I've already missed few sessions because the last two times I was at shows, at events, so I couldn't come. But thank you for having me as one of your jury." And I sat down, and I won't name the two people, but two of them who normally used to make the noise, made the noise and said, "आपने हमें इंसल्ट किया है. The army has insulted me."
Just started.
Yeah. And ये बार ऐसे होता है. जब भी ये हम आगे आते हैं ये करने के लिए, बार ऐसे होता है और ये आगे नहीं जाता. Okay. And I think even Mala Mohan ji was there. She's one of my greatest admirers also, as I have other of the army, thankful to God for that, for the admiration, and I equally and more admire them. So they were all watching, and I sat silent and I was just watching and assimilating everything. At the end of it, I said, "Now can I talk?" Because it looked like it was over for them, because the army had done the mistake and they didn't know how to say, do what with it. I said, "Sirs, yes, there has been a mistake. Surely. By whom? Is it their profession? What are they doing? They're guarding us at our borders so we can talk like this with all strength and say, no, yes, because someone is guarding us there. This is not their job. They are allowed to be wrong. It's not something that they should be held up for. Sorry. I can apologize for them. They don't have to." Session closed. As I came out, everybody was, "Wow, ma'am, nobody spoke like this for us, for my army." Young colonels were like, "Ma'am, you got guts." I said, "I've come to do a job here. I should get it done." Anyway, I was going for some job of Goa to Manor Bhaiji. So I went to see him at his chamber. So as I was going out, Lieutenant Colonel Satish Duaji, top rank of the army, comes to me with Mala Mohan ji and all. He comes there and he says, "Hema ji, हमने क्या करना चाहिए? गलती तो हो गई है." सर, मैं आपकी जगह में होती तो मैं माफी मांग लेती, लेकिन आप तो आर्मी हो, मैंने ऑलरेडी बोल दिया है कि आप गलती कर सकते हो, वो आपका काम नहीं है. लेकिन मैं हेमा सरदेसाई ने गलती की होती तो मैं सॉरी बोलती ऐसे. आपको जरूरत नहीं है क्योंकि ये आपका काम नहीं है. And I left. When I came back, he comes to me and he says, "Ma'am, I apologized and it's all okay. My army has to apologize." Why? Anyway, we took the pictures. Then Sudhamurti ji came. She was also part of the jury. One look at the way I was handling things. She was right next to me throughout all the sessions after that. She didn't leave my side. She was feeling safe with me. By afternoon, we had approved something. I think it was 3-4 days, 3 days. I think we had next day. That evening, we had always the army will host a party for you. So we all went for the party. And Lieutenant Colonel Satish Duaji came and said, "Ma'am, एक दिन आगे गया आपकी वजह से. आपने जो बोला, सर मैंने क्या किया? आपने तो ग्रेटनेस दिखाई, आपने सॉरी बोल दिया, क्यों ना?" बोले, नहीं मैम, गलती तो हुई थी, तो लेकिन काम कर गया जो आपने कहा. मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ कि जो सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक हुआ था उसमें मैंने लीड किया था. I had tears in my eyes. That army person of that personnel of that level had to say sorry. कौन से ego है भाई हमारे इतने? No, why? You're doing this for the army, man. Just do it for them. What? Why are you pleasing? No, it shouldn't get done in this regime. It shouldn't get done in that regime. So it's just being pushed. Anyway, I immediately, I was all full of, I'm elated to be with a person like that. And we had a great, wonderful evening. Amol Palikarji sang a duet with me while we all sat down. Next day, we had chosen, we were supposed to choose 9. We chose 12. Oh, I would love to stand up and show you how the attitude is when one Mr. Babu came in. Comes in. Now, who's in this? Topmost architects of India, topmost artists of India, topmost film people of India, topmost singers of India, topmost best, greatest army personnel. One of them who who has done acts of,
Bravery.
It's highest acts of bravery. Okay, Lieutenant Colonel Rakesh Sharma ji, Lieutenant Colonel Anup Chauhan ji, Satish Duaji, Air Marshal Ajit Bhosle, Navy Admiral Kishan Pandey, and more. I mean, the topmost guys, yeah. And he just comes in and says, "This is the attitude, no? किसने बोला 12 करने के लिए? हमने तो 9 बोला था. और ये किसने किया है यार? अब अप्रूव, इसको फेंक दो यार." ये कौन सा भाई एटीट्यूड है? I am looking at these guys. I went up to one of them. I will not say the name again. I said, "Sir, you're the topmost ranked people. You're tolerating this attitude." And they said, "We have no choice, ma'am."
That's a democracy.
No. Our lives, our jobs, our promotions, everything depends on these guys.
Oh.
People like who are in the industry who are there are not ready to speak because their companies, their agencies depend on signatures from these people. They can't say anything. So who are the kings?
These guys.
This is what Manohar Bhai suffered in Delhi.
Now, I had this kind of feel when I was in the national games.
Yes.
And we were we had 2 Arjuna Award winners I was sitting with. One side Bruno Coutinho and one side Ramadan Sakwarka. And all of a sudden there came a rage where we were not asked to get up, but all around us were asked to get up because all this kind of Babu system had happened, as you said.
So you know.
Yeah, I know about it. When it goes in different.
Modi ji has suffered, I heard a lot of
Yeah, on this. So all this Babu system
Yeah.
is there created since long time back,
Yes.
and it is yet to finish. Slowly, gradually, one parasite is going out of the
Is
box.
it?
Yes.
Nice. Anyway, all I thought was हिंदी में दिल्ली में थे, हिंदी में सोचा मेरा क्या बिगाड़ेंगे ये. Self-made girl. I went to the industry, I walked out when I had to. I was there when I had to. So, what are they going to do to Hema?
Hema talks of patriotism.
I said, I'm taking these guys on. We were sitting in the auditorium, okay, and the screen was put up with whatever we had chosen. पीछे साहब जी बैठे थे, सुधामूर्ति जी next to me. कौन सा वाला चूज किया है, इसको फेंक दो यार, इसको नहीं चाहिए. किसने, किसका दिमाग है, कैसे बात कर रहे हैं, किसके बारे में. I just turned back. Excuse me, sir. Very respectful people all here who have gone and chosen that. They have all achieved something in their lives, in their industries, in their professions. You cannot talk like that. आप ऐसे बात नहीं कर सकते. यार, he's looking like a common guy. Sardesai. अच्छा, ठीक है. Pin drop silence after that. I gone to the washroom. When I came back, with all salute to the late Chief of Army of us, he was walking towards me because he had already heard of what I was doing there. I mean, everybody was standing up and he was walking towards me. And I didn't know how to salute him. I was so happy. You know, with all respect to his, let may his soul rest in peace there, Om Shanti. I was like, sir, saying, I'm hearing what you've been doing. And I'm very happy. Life is fulfilled there only, Ambe.
The patriotism.
They do for us. I was doing something for them, they said. Anyway.
The patriotism.
We walked out from there. Now comes the part. You should hear this one. So with all respect to Amal Palekar ji, Divyakus ji, who are very good friends of mine now, and then we became, there was a little crowd there. And I'm wondering, because all 14 of us were there, and there was this big rada going on. I pushed my way through, excuse me. I said, क्या हो रहा है? Same guy standing there, the great Babu. ये नहीं होगा, वो नहीं होगा, वो नहीं होगा, वो नहीं है, ऐसे नहीं होगा. सर, कैसे बात कर रहे हैं? अरे यार, सर, they're all hurt. Apologize. He looked at me like she's gone mad. And he walks away. He walked away.
He didn't apologize.
He didn't apologize. And Christopher Benninger is looking at me and saying, only you. My God. He comes back for a second. He says, मैं दो sections बना रहा हूँ. एक section हेमा जी head करेगी. एक section अजीत भोसले जी head करेगी. Ajit Bhosle ji, incidentally, is a Jai Gurudev person. He follows the Guru who I am a devotee of, Shri Ravi Shankar ji, Pujya Shri Ravi Shankar ji. Amazingly, he chose both of us. I always feel my Guru's hand was there somewhere in this. And I won't be wrong. So, moment that happened, we went and I said, thank you sir, no problem. We come out and Amol Palekar comes. He has seen my anger now, but he has not expressed his. So he said, मैं होता मराठा हूँ, मैं तलवार निकाल देता. मुझे गुस्सा आया तो. And who's standing in front of him? Lieutenant Colonel Satish Duaji. And he's saying, हमें बहुत से तरीके आते हैं तलवार निकालने के. And that's when I cried. And I said, अमोल जी जानते हो कौन है? सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक इन्होंने लीड किया है. आप इनके सामने बोल रहे तलवार के बारे में. He took 2 steps back. Sorry, sir.
At least he says.
I said, sir, दिव्यकुश जी, अमोल जी, पीछे जो भी हुआ सो मिस्टेक्स तो ये करेंगे क्योंकि इनका काम नहीं है ये. वहाँ नहीं कर रहे ना मिस्टेक्स बॉर्डर पे ऐसे. प्लीज साथ मिलके इसको पार कर देंगे. Done, ma'am. Yeah, with you. Don't worry. So I was leading this section. Now we are the final thing. All I told Ajit ji is, don't lose sight of my eyes. Because when you are with divinity, divinity will win. Sit opposite me. So I noticed there was another Babu brought there, who was sitting next to me. Sudhamurti ji was here. बीच में suddenly, नहीं ये नहीं चलेगा, वो वाला जो आपने एक्सेप्ट किया है, अप्रूव किया है, वो नहीं चलेगा हमें. I just turned and said, sir, जूली कौन है? Excuse me, madam, आप जानते हो मैं कौन हूँ?
So he raised his voice.
Raised his voice on me. I said, sir, मैं जूली हूँ, आप बाबू हैं, मुझे मालूम है, लेकिन काम तो करने दो ना हमको. क्या बोलूं? You know what the main Babu who I was dealing with all the time, he turned to him and he said, जाने दो यार, बोलने दो हमको. Change of heart. I told you.
It's not change of heart, he gave up.
When divinity takes up and when you're focused on divinity, nobody can stop you. This my Indians should know, all of them should practice this. Full faith can turn mountains. You know. At the end of it, now, it would decide whether we are going to go through or not, because 2 choices were there. If this was chosen, it's over. If the other one was chosen, we are on.
Yeah.
Both were superb. I told him, don't miss my eyes. I kept looking at Ajit Bhosleji. He looked at me. He just did this and he chose the one that passed.
Wow.
We got a war memorial standing out there today, guys.
Wow, wow.
And if you ask any of these people, I can guarantee you, they'll say every word she said was truth and nothing but the truth.
I'll have to see this memorial. Where is it? Actually, in Delhi.
Yes.
In Delhi.
Finally, after 20 years.
Wow, wow, wow.
And Ajit Bhosleji's words to me. Recently he had come, he met me. He said, Jai Gurudev Hema ji. And he said in front of 3 friends of mine, he said, one of the bravest soldiers of our country is you, Hema.
That's the patriotism. The patriotism feel of it.
That's why I said no, life is complete. When one of that stature in the army, topmost air marshal, one of the highest level, tells you that you're the bravest soldier, no doubt, in one of the bravest of our country. What else you need?
Life gets complete when every aspect of your personality is honored. So your patriotism part.
And this, neither our Honorable CM, Dr. Pramod Sawant, who called me mother of all publicly, neither the ones who call me princess or queen or whatever, the one who's has most of the bands under him and has promoted a lot of bands in Goa, famous name Tony Dias, ex-customs officer. He announces me on the mic as Queen of Goa. But they still don't know this part of my life, what I have done for my army from
The patriotic zone of it.
Yes.
So again I'm coming through. When you say, keep saying your life is complete.
Yes.
As a singer, as a patriotic, as a GOAN, as a social, which I'm coming to it now, social activist, and animal lover. So every part of yours gets honored. You feel yourself honored. Maybe it gets honored or not honored, but you feel honored by the best of the people. Best people of that particular aspect. Best singer honors the best singer. Highest commander honors a patriotism. Social activists. There have been many people. You have been a social activist. We'll come to that. Social activists, very enthusiastic. You are one of a kind. I feel so. Yeah, it's not. You have done it, and I'm talking. You are not to do it, or I'm talking. So, cleanliness kitri, there was something called cleanliness, something all over India at one particular time was started. Swachh Bharat or Swachh something like that at one particular zone. And you were one of the main icons of at that time, correct?
Yeah, and my work.
If I'm not wrong, it's correct?
Yeah. Mridula Sinha, ex-governor of Goa, she has openly appreciated my work
Okay.
as a Swachh Bharat ambassador.
Okay.
So I did my best. Personally, I used to get sick doing all those cleanliness jobs, but I still hurt over things that need to be cleaned. I still hurt over it.
Okay, you are still
Not satisfied.
Not satisfied. So that you cannot see your life complete. You have to go to that, hit that on top, and get it done. Complete. What you are saying now, that life is not complete. There are many zones. You have to still. And social
content.
No, you said it that you are not content. You are content of yourself.
Yeah.
But you have come on this earth.
Yeah.
You have already done a lot for the nature, for the country, for your talent, for your parents. You have stood up with your self-respect, which is the most important word which you carry for yourself.
One thing, you can say even the only thing that I don't think I did wrong, but I read as a struggler in life, I read Sri Praram House Yogananda ji's books before I met my Gurudev, Pujya Sri Ravi Shankar. And he said, you don't have to tell anybody your age, it's your problem. And the loss is, unless you're cheating somebody, going into a competition when you're not that age and you're saying a lying age, or you're with your age hurting somebody, you can say what age you want. So till today, whether people call me 50, 60, 70, 80, I don't care, but I don't tell my age. Call me a liar about it also, I don't mind. It's my personal problem.
That's a good one you're covering, and you're giving that open rawness of your part.
I don't think anybody should hurt anybody with their age. I don't think anybody should call anybody auntie, uncle. I don't think anybody should, I think all this should stop. Some of the things, if we can wear jeans and we can wear shirts and we can wear western clothes, girls can wear, we can take one or two things from the West. They don't say auntie and uncle in America. Let everybody feel young, yeah? Just say auntie, you make the person feel old. The grandfather, no more, no. Even when my nephew was born, I was very clear, no saying Aji Azuba. They will feel old. Even if they are not feeling old, don't do anything in this world that makes somebody feel small, makes somebody feel older, makes somebody feel inadequate. Oh, I'm not that young anymore. Do everything to make somebody happy, yaar. Why you have to put labels? Call yourself auntie and see how you feel, man. Stop this auntie, uncle. And if it was a beautiful word, auntie and uncle, our songs have spoiled it. So our movies have spoiled it. Auntie mat kaho na, this mat kaho na karke. This have cover kela. So don't say. Let everybody feel young. Call them by their names. It's all good. Of course, our culture, nobody can touch. We can take a few. If we can wear, like I said, jeans, then we can take some
points of it. Ultimately, if you have to be presenting yourself.
Even the Portuguese, the mannerisms that they had, whatever they were behind it, is another question that we can talk on forever. But the mannerism they had was amazing. Discipline
in the house.
Amazing.
Coming back, in your experience, when you said you're supposed to, and then you change those words, you're doing the same message you're passing the same message in with some kind of a change which doesn't hurt somebody.
I am passing a message to my Goans, my Indians, that you are the most talented, most intelligent, most blessed souls on earth. Please, don't forget your attitude, don't forget your humility at the same time. I called a young girl that day. I was at a chief guest at the millets. They were doing a millet festival. and I was the chief, and I called a little girl on the stage from one of the schools. I told her, by now, kide tujhe? Saira. Now kide? Saira. I said, why kon aikucho na? By the time I had done with talking to her, now kide tujhe? Saira, she said.
So she had learned a lesson.
She had learned not a lesson. She
Her lesson,
learned,
her lesson.
Yes. She had
Not
learned
her
for
lesson,
herself
her
what
lesson,
she can
yeah.
do. This shyness has cost us Indians. Enough.
Be bold.
There's no more time for shyness. You be shy only with your character. Charitra. Thai, shyness. Rest all. Kon konatso boya. When my husband died, who was there for Hema? I want to know today. Those few handful who were there, by hook or crook, whether I requested them to be there or whatever. But nobody came running. No family came. No one was there for me. But friends came to help. They are my family. So please, don't be afraid of anybody. Are they going to be there for you? Are they standing by you? Be there. Be there for them. But don't be afraid of them. Don't be afraid of anyone. Be fearless, brave, courageous. You don't need to be afraid of anything. You want to learn that? Come to me. I will teach you how to be fearless and brave.
Lioness comes out.
That daddy's girl and that mommy's girl.
That lioness
strong people.
comes out.
Yes.
And I think I need to come to you to another point of this. Yeah. Your sensitivity. Now you have hit many things. I have patriotism, the hard stuff, the longer stuff. You are a very emotional character and you get to sensitivity at highest too much. Yeah. We could see that during the episode.
I'm not afraid to say this. I'm not afraid to tell those people who worry when Hema stands up and says, excuse me, I don't like what's happening. And they're worried that time. I don't mind telling them that beyond the mother, that Hema is for everyone. There's a little child that was lost and abandoned when my husband died. And the child searched for somebody to adopt him. Thank God the child also had the strength to say, sorry, I can just stick to being the mother. I don't have to be that child. And it's been 3 years since my husband has died. And I heard a lot of things that I'm sorry to say, that maybe I shouldn't have cried that much and died that much. Shuddering to say that. That's why when people condole, they don't know background of people. You have to live with somebody to know somebody. It's easy to judge and say, oh, you don't know what you're doing to the person who's living. And why this person lived 4 attempts to suicide in the first 20 days. But why this person lived, well, I was very clearly told, after all the bravery you have done, they will call you a coward, and your soul, which requires great redemption for all you have done, will be floundering for years.
And what will happen of the people who think of you like lioness?
I'll tell you the main thing. And that soul will be floundering. But before I heard this, my first attempt to suicide was the day my husband died, and my brother Xavier Saldana was there. Fortunately, he had come from Goa. And I was running towards the railway track. I was 50 meters away from the railway track. And I was saying, I'm coming to you, to my husband. He caught me from behind, wrenched his hand away, and I ran. He again caught me. If he had said that time, Ambe, Hema, live for yourself, Hema was dead. Nobody could have stopped me. He caught my hands and he said, Vaini, Maji baila aani maje burgen. We depend on you to save us in life. Half of Goa depends on you. That's my Hema story. I didn't die. first attempt, he saved me. I'm always there for my bro. I've always been there for him before that also. I survived after that 4 times, 3 times more. At various times, Donna Norona, Dr. Maria GMC, at one time. At one time, there was this beautiful lady, Rukmini Papakar. She helped in saving my life, an art of living teacher. And the 4th one was professor, and he is the man of Middlesex University, Edwin Fernandez, vice chancellor of he, and ultimately Meena Fernandez Pillai. If not for that girl, that lady.
You have talked about everything, and this time has just passed by, and I could go on and on. Tell us something about your relate and your feel about Pandit Shri Ravi Shankar.
I was told by many holy people in life, including His Holiness Drukpa, who had come from LA. There is a great psychic, Sri Hari Payangle, people know about him in Margam. There was a Maharaj Patil in Belgaum. There's an astrologer who's taken by Hillary Clinton to America. He's from Rajasthan, Shri Manish Grovalji. There are other people like, there's another Dr. Ravi Shankar who does face reading. Okay, there's a Shri Deepak Kapadia, very well known face reader. My Gurudev, Shri Ravi Shankar, all have told me in their own way, very clearly, you cannot give up your life. You have work to do. People are waiting. So I don't know if my work is started, or I was doing it already, or there's much more work to do, and I'm in complete surrender to that work. Now I want to tell the people who stand up for social activity, okay? Some of them stand up because they can make money from it. Some stand up because they will get some brownie points. Some stand up selflessly. There are enemies who will, it is a freedom fight. There will be always abuse attached. Let me tell you one thing, Ambe, this my Goans should know, that everyone in Goa, whether it is Christian, Muslim or Hindu, have equally loved Hema, and Hema has equally loved everybody. When a Sadhvi came from UP and she said, hang those who eat beef, we stood against that. Entire India covers when Hema speaks. She lost her career, and I said, I'm sorry, you cannot talk like this to my Goans. And I don't eat beef. People said you will die, they will kill you. It's okay, no problem. I'm also actually not afraid only of going, because I'd rather be in God's arms as a little baby, safe and sound, than be struggling with helping everybody all the time, because I'm, facing it all, It's happiness for me, but, it'll be peace just being in God's arms. So, because with that help comes a cousin uncle of mine, who is the one who got a few handful of my Goans and poisoned them against me, because he hurt my mother and my mother hurt him back, because she and my dad had saved his life at some time when he was on a lost path. But his scorpion revenge was so much that he attempted that revenge on somebody who didn't do anything to him. Why? Because Manohar Parrikar didn't give him the dean's position or whatever he asked for him when he came from America. So the target became me, because I was standing by Manohar Parrikar, because I knew Manohar Parrikar loved Catholics equally as much as Hindus and equally as much as Muslims, and he had proven it, and I can prove it in blood today. Anybody who has a question on this should go to the diocesan or go to the head of the Muslim community of Goa and ask, isn't this true? And prove Hema wrong if they can. So I fought because he was called communal, he was being hurt, because he was doing great. He has hurt me a lot personally. He has hurt a lot of Goans personally because he didn't know sometimes how to talk. But his vision and his work for these communities was ultimate. There's no two ways about it. आपले personal, म्हाका दुखयलें, and so तेंच घेवन बसप. See the big picture of what's happening for your Goa. I mean, love Goa, not yourself, man. Love your Goans, not yourself. So all this in mind, I have really got only this person formed a group to hurt Manohar Parrikar. I became target in that. Target Goa Munakelle. And he's the one, if it was not my own, he didn't have that blood from me, nobody would have listened to him. That much my Goans loved and believed in him. Because a blood person came in who I didn't do nothing wrong to, ever, who looked at me and said, Tujar ke manis jao paisa sabhi kare. That man, got 10 fake IDs on each of his team.
Oh, it's under operation.
They are the ones who do the abusing on Facebook. My Goans don't abuse like that. They're too classy for that. My Goans are too high up class to be that dirty. Sorry. They are love personified. And they appreciate people like us who give selflessly to them. Not standing for election. Not asking anything from na Manohar Bhai, neither Dr. Pramod Sawant, neither anybody. Ever for myself. But these people are going to be in trouble very soon, this team. Because I've got proof on them. And if I tackle them in court, they will be paying through their noses for the rest of their lives. They better be careful before they... You know what they do? They purposely put it in such a way they see you're being communally targeted to create unrest in Goa. It's just not going to work, guys. We Goans are too united. You're flops. Sorry. Get into God's path. Stop this nonsense. It's bad for your karmas. You want a better birth and not come handicapped next birth, then do the right thing, please. I beg you. Astrologers have confirmed that I have my roots with my Gurudev from births. I believe completely from my heart and soul that if Hema is alive today, it's only and only because he decided that I should live. My work, my life, my everything I owe to him. I'm fortunate to have physically met him many years ago. I try to do my kriyas every day, not missing. And if people think about Hema's vibrant energies on stage and they say electrifying performance, as they said now when I did, with a voice like this, I did for the Purple Fest, with all my love for that show. If they say, then I feel everywhere he is the essence of the Lord Jesus, essence of Lord Allah, essence of Lord Krishna is in him. And that essence protects me. That's why till that essence needs me in this world, I will be here. Otherwise, I will blend into that essence. There is no requirement then for me to be here. Now, every moment I can tell a whole story on how I've been saved every time. 2011, when I heard something had happened in my life where I had been betrayed by the one I loved the most. Almost died. Who saved me? Shri Shri. Even now, a dead girl was brought to life by Shri Shri. He brought the right people, most angels, at the right time in my life to make sure that she's saved. He was there for me throughout my pain. And I want to say one thing at the end of it, that to me, he is I see God in him. And till the God wants me to do his work and stay on this earth, like I said, I'll be there. I am what? I live on his feet. What? The flower that is thrown at his feet. One of them is Hema. That's all I am. यहाँ वहाँ सारा जहां, I've written this. यहाँ वहाँ सारा जहां आप ही से है. मेरी जान मेरी रूह आप ही से है सदा. वो आप हो तो मैं हूं. वो आप हो तो मैं हूं. यही हकीकत है. वो आप हो तो मैं हूं. यही हकीकत है. वो मैं कब थी. सब कुछ तो आप ही हो मेरे खुदा.
Very well.
So Hema lives at that feet as a little flower till he decides the flower doesn't wither, the flower will work.
Nice time with you. It will stay for a long time. The silence should be there. We can feel it. I can feel it in the room. The energy.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah,
Inshallah.
I always see the energy in you. I could say that you could pull up a train engine, a steam engine with the energy you carry on a stage when you come inside. But there is an energy which keeps you very peaceful.
If you see at the national games, Ambe, I mean, the sound was bad, everything was sad with the sound. Next day, highlight of the show was Hema. My goans will stand with the truth. So there is someone else singing when I go on stage. Who it is, I don't know. But even in my worst voice, that show is a hit. They talk of my energy all over Bollywood, all over the shows that I've done in India. They say unparalleled. But there is an energy for which I have to work hard to make that one world, one family, to put a smile on everybody's face. It's the dream of my Gurudev. Till this breath goes on, now, little bit more, many years more, whatever, the work will carry on.
Any message for the world?
The message for the world is, let's stop judging each other. Because everything is karma. You start judging, you're hurting yourself only. So whoever has been so bad in your life have come because of some past karmas of yours. So you have to forgive them. Gurudev says you don't forgive, you're hurting yourself only. I was just talking to my friend Sufala today, who's such a darling. And I was telling her that we have to keep our minds and hearts so open that God can come and sit there, aram se, when he needs peace. If you are going to put, in all this so-called fashion today, stress, okay, what stress? You don't put it at God's feet, he's not going to take care of it. You only do. Bring God inside to stay. Make yourself so open that he can find solace in you also. He also needs to rest sometimes. Come and have a good time there. Just peaceful. Make that haven inside yourself so God can come and stay there when he wants to. That's all.
So well said. Make yourself God, where he can come and stay. Be so
No,
good.
make yourself so open that God can feel like coming and
make
stay.
yourself so vacant and open
Gurudev says,
that you can make
hollow and empty.
Make yourself have that space that something can reside in you.
I also want to say I'm still working on all this. I'm not perfect. I am humbly working on fulfilling all these things for my Gurudev and for the world, and also trying to be hollow and empty myself so that the divinity can set in.
Thank you, Hema. The chat with you was awesome.
And I can see
I think I need to sit with you another more episodes.
You have turned out to be, for me, everybody's mine. But seeing you reminded me of my parents who loved you so much. And I was so overtly, openly emotional because of that.
You were raw,
Yes.
and Daddy is always there between us,
Yes.
meeting us,
With us.
around
With
us.
us. With
Yeah.
us.
Thank you.